guys, thank you so much for joining me. Today I'm going to be doing a video using a lot of new makeup. Everything except for two, I believe it's just two items here I have never used before. Other products, although they're new to me, I've probably used at least once at this point. But yeah, so this is how I created this look. And let's just go ahead and get started because I don't really have anything else to ramble about. Okay, so with primer, this is one of the products that I used for the first time today, and I got this from my BoxyCharm box this month. This is the Wonder Beauty Glow Ahead Illuminating Face Oil. So I would describe this more of a thicker oil, and it's very illuminating when you first take it out of the tube, but once you apply it you don't see any like sparkles all over your face or anything. It left the skin a little bit tacky, which is something I actually do enjoy in my primers, just because I do feel like it does last with the longevity of the foundation. So I'm pretty excited about that. Again, this is the first time I'm using it, so I can't really tell you how well it works. When I first applied it, my skin did look a little bit more luminous, but nothing like out of this world. I actually feel like once I applied the foundation over, that wasn't really pulling through. I haven't been using the ABH foundation, so I figured today I would use that one in the shade 305N. I prefer this foundation to be applied with a brush, which is how I applied it today. I'm very happy with the amount of coverage it provides with a brush. I think it applies a lot nicer. It gives me what I want a lot quicker, and honestly I just think it looks better. As far as concealers, I don't have a new concealer, but this is something that I did mention also in an older video, and it is the Marc Jacobs Accomplice concealer. Mine is in the shade medium. So I applied a little bit of this today. I have been using this quite a bit actually lately, and I do like it, but I personally prefer it without setting it. I think it looks better on me, it wears better. It is gonna crease. Once I see that, I do of course try to blend that out, but if I set this, I typically don't like how it looks. However, today I did set it because I got this guy from BoxyCharm as well. I had bought this one when it first released. Well, it had to have been over a year ago at this point. This is called the Becca Hydra Mist and Refresh Powder. So this is a weightless powder that sets and refreshes makeup for a silky, smooth, invisible finish. Formulated with 50% water and glycerin. This powder creates a mist-like sensation on the skin for a seamless finish and a comfortable feel. I did have this one before and I really liked it when I initially got it. The thing is that because it's 50% water, I guess the water in here ended up evaporating. So what I had here turned to be like 50% less because I have other powders, so I don't just use this. I kind of ended up pushing this one to the back, and when I finally tried to use it again, it was just not the same. So that kind of sucks. This is something that if you're going to use or if you're going to purchase, you're going to need to use consistently to make your purchase worth it, because it's not going to last you very long. But it is really nice. I remember really liking this. It feels so odd when you're first applying it because it literally feels like your brush is wet when you're using this powder. It feels like you're doing the total opposite of what you should be doing when you're using this. It's weird. You've got to check it out if you haven't, but just know that if you have a ton of setting powders, this is probably not going to be something that I would recommend. So far, it's actually working pretty well with this Marc Jacobs concealer. Now to set the rest of my face, I used the setting powder. This one's called the Skin Fetish Sublime Perfecting Powder from Pat McGrath Labs, and I have mine in the shade light medium 2. When I look at this powder, I kind of dread using it, honestly. And then once I apply it and I look at how smooth my pores look, it's okay. If you guys see my like hairs coming out, I always feel like it looks like I'm probably wearing a wig. No, I had an undercut and I'm trying to let it grow out, and so taming this is like the worst thing in the world. So that's what it is if you guys see that. So yeah, so once I start using the powder, I'm actually really happy with how it looks. I don't like the fact that I do believe it darkens my foundation a little bit, and I don't need that. So I feel like it's just a tad bit too dark, and I just don't like that it adds that extra color to my foundation. So because of that, and because of the amount that you get with this, you only get 5 grams, and for the price, I really just don't think it's worth it. I'm still gonna play with it a little bit more and see. I don't feel like it helps my makeup look better for a longer amount of time. It makes it look better, but I have so many other powders that do the same thing that don't cost as much, but that I'm happier with and actually do help my makeup stay on better, and I just enjoy them more. This one right off the bat, the moment I opened it, I just got a bad vibe from it for some reason. In my opinion, I just don't think it's worth it. Yeah, my makeup looks good, my skin looks really nice with it, but I felt like the foundation did a lot of that work on its own. So I don't know. So next I did my eyebrows. I detest doing my eyebrows. This is from NYX, and it is their micro brow pencil in the shade Espresso. I like this. I like the formula. I really like using pencils like these. However, the color I don't like on myself. I feel like it's got a little bit of a red tone to it, and I don't enjoy that. I remember using this in the past, and so when I was at the store the other day, I couldn't remember if I had liked it or not, and I just needed another brow pencil because I finished all of my ABH ones. So I picked this one up, and on the boxes they all looked very like red, and not even just like cool, because I don't mind a cool brow, but they just looked red. The brunette, it looked like it was very heavy on a red undertone. So according to the box, this one actually looked more accurate for me, and I don't know, I guess now that I have all of my makeup done, it doesn't look as bad. But when I just put this on with nothing else on, I feel like my eyebrows look a little too red. So it's just finding the right shade for this one. I'm going to see if I can find another one that I like more, because I do like that product. Okay, so when I went to Ulta and I got the ABH foundation, I was actually not going in there for the foundation. I was going in there for this. This is so nice. So this is a new palette from NARS. It is called the Make Up Your Mind palette. Ooh, I saw this at a catalog that I got from Ulta, and I knew I had to have it. I went in to go see it in person because I just wanted to make sure, but it is so beautiful. So you get a bronzer and 3 blushes with this palette, along with 8 eyeshadows. Now the bronzer, NARS always does this. They usually include their Laguna, which is like the most famous bronzer, into most of their palettes. I don't mind it, and then I do mind it, just because I already have the Laguna bronzer. I've been through multiple. I think I'm on my 3rd one right now, and I've already hit pan. So it's one that I really do like, but I always want to try something new as well. So I would have liked there to have been a different shade in here, but because it is one that I do enjoy, I don't mind it all that much. As far as the blushes, they also are infamous for adding their notorious orgasm blush into their palette, and that is this one down here. Also a very nice blush. A few months ago maybe, they came out with a new packaging for the orgasm blush, so that's when I bought it, and I have really been liking that. So again, it's one of those where it's like I do like it, like I don't mind it, but you could have put something else in there for me to try out. But again, you know, it's not too big of a deal for me. So let's just go ahead and talk about the eyeshadows. So the eyeshadows are really beautiful, very pigmented. I really like these shades. I think these shades would work for a lot of people. And then you can of course also get like different looks with this depending on how you use it. For today's look, I'm very happy with how my eyes came out. I've worn this palette to work, even with these shimmery shades. These are more like toppers though, but they're very nice in the sense that they're not like super like blinding. It doesn't look like a tacky glitter on your eyes. It just looks more of a sophisticated glitter, I guess I would say. In my opinion, it just looks really pretty. It's not to say that it's subtle, but it's more wearable. I guess that's what I'm trying to say. I personally like to put these type of formulas on my lids using my finger. However, I ended up having glitter all over my face because I use my fingers, so it does make a little bit of a mess. So do your eye makeup before you do the rest of your makeup, or use a wet brush when using these shimmery shades, which is what I did today. And yeah, that applied really nicely, I think. So I am very happy with this. Just be careful. Also, if you did do the rest of your makeup and then you're going in with these eyeshadows, it is very important that you make sure you tap off the excess before going in and applying them to your eyes. But really nice. If those are colors that interest you, I think that is a really pretty palette. Now for the face, my gosh, I bought this palette about a month ago and I've been sitting on it because I wasn't sure if I should do a dedicated video for it. I didn't quite know how to present this product because I don't think it's sold in the US. And I don't know if Tom Ford's ever actually gonna release it out here. So this is Contouring Compact Illuminator and it is in the shade 03 Bask. And this is how it looks inside. So because it wasn't selling here, I ended up deciding to not do a dedicated video on this. So I finally used it for the first time the other day and I was so excited and I love it. I think it's so pretty. I love these highlights. They look amazing. I am obviously wearing them today. I did end up putting another highlighter that I was also very excited to use. So I have a little bit of extra highlight, but it wasn't necessary. I just really wanted to use that other one as well. But these are very forgiving if you have texture. Are in the cusp of getting to that point where it's like a blinding highlight, but it's still wearable. It looks really nice. It melts into the skin very beautifully. I just mixed the two and applied it like that today. And then I used this lighter shade here. You know what? They don't have like individual shade colors, I don't believe. But I used this pink highlighter for the inner corner of my eyes. Just very, very beautiful. The bronzer too, I was actually afraid that the bronzer was going to be a little bit too light for me. There's like fingerprints all over this and it's getting on my nerves. I just cleaned it, but I keep touching it and I can't stand that. But the bronzer applies really nicely. Also very just blendable, very easy to use. Very good to also build up. Another highlighter. Oh, this is so stinking beautiful. This packaging, I love this so much. So PUR Cosmetics teamed up with Barbie and they came out with this huge collection. I only picked up 2 things and I'm going to show you guys the 2 during today's video. This is obviously one of them. This is their Dream Glow Signature Highlighting Palette. It is so nice. So when I first watched this, I am going to show it in the clip. It looks like it's a little too dark. So I was worried at first. I was like, oh my gosh, is this going to be one of those things that I'm not going to return it because it's freaking gorgeous. But I felt like it may be one of those things where I would have to use on my eyes instead of on my face. And I kind of don't like to do that because I tend to forget to use thin products like this. So they just end up sitting there. And although I have a ton of makeup, I like to rotate my things, and if I'm gonna keep something, it's because I'm gonna use it. And if it gets to the point where, hey, I haven't touched you in a very long time, it's time then to declutter it. So I did not want that to happen with this, but it actually applied really nicely over. I tried to be a little light-handed because I didn't want my highlight to be like super crazy. Also, I do have quite a bit of texture right now, so I was afraid to emphasize that, but I actually think it applied really nice. I only use these 2 shades right here. It's kind of a bronzy shade. This is more of a peachy pink shade, and then this light metallic pink is actually glittery. So I did not want to have any glitter on my face. I don't know if you guys are going to be able to tell there. But yeah, it's got like little particles of glitter. They're not like, I mean, it's glitter. So yeah, I don't really like that. So I avoided this corner, and the other 2 look really pretty. Again, the packaging, it is a dream. For my blush, I went back to this NARS palette and I mixed Luster and Dolce Vita, and I applied it as my blush today. They're very pigmented. NARS blushes tend to actually last pretty well throughout the day. NARS has really good blushes. I do recommend, if these colors don't speak to you, if this palette doesn't speak to you, but there's another blush that you've been eyeing, definitely give it a try because they're really good. They have a really good formula. Be careful when you're applying them because they are quite pigmented. So if you're heavy-handed, make sure to go in very lightly with a brush, but they're really nice. This whole palette is just a home run for me. I really like that. And then for my bottom waterline, I use this one from KKW Beauty. I love these eyeliners she came out with. I wish maybe she does have more shades, I don't know, because I bought the bundle from the So Fire collection, and you got these three, but I used copper today. Very nice. It is just very nice. They last pretty well. It's not like super long lasting, but I'm happy with the longevity of these, and again, they don't bother my contacts at all, so those are huge brownie points for me. Then mascara. So for my mascara, I used this one from Charlotte Tilbury. It is her Legendary Lashes Volume 2. I just got this one last week. I ordered this along with 2 other mascaras from Nordstrom when they were having their mascara sale. It's you buy 2, you get 1 free. So I got this one. It's a good mascara. My lashes, I think, look really nice, but there's nothing that wowed me about it. I just expected so much more from this for some reason that I felt a little disappointed with it. I do not recommend you use it for your bottom lash lines because it does smear. When I just use it on my top lash line, I'm fine. I have no problems. There's no flaking, there's no smearing or transferring, none of that. But I did have issues when I applied it to my bottom lashes. Other than that, it is a good mascara. I'm going to keep using it. I actually feel like it applied a little bit better today than it had previous days, so maybe it's one of those that with time they actually end up getting better because mascaras can be a little funny like that. So this is gonna have to be something I'll have to update you guys with as far as how I'm liking it. As of right now, it's just okay. I can't really say I would recommend it. And finally, down to the last product. I used so much makeup today. I used this guy here. It's by Terry, and I actually decided to pull this one out because I haven't talked about it at all, and I think it's really nice. This is the Brightening CC powder. I have mine in Apricot Glow. I think there's 4 different shades. This is a really nice like finishing powder, so you just go in with a nice fluffy powder, you collect some product there and just kind of do that buffing technique where you just go all over your face so that you don't have any harsh lines and everything just looks very nice and seamless. This adds a very nice like glow to your skin. It's got a pretty heavy fragrance to it, and I wish it didn't. I don't like the scent of it, but once I apply it, I don't smell it at all. Once this is closed, I don't smell it at all. But it's really nice, and it is something that I've been using quite often since I've gotten it. I just haven't pulled it out for any of my videos, but it is a good product. I do recommend these. My lipstick, I totally forgot about my lipstick. It's hard when you already do your makeup and then you're just talking about it. Okay, this is the other product that I picked up from the PUR and Barbie collection. This lipstick. So they came out with 4 shades. I only got 1. I have to limit myself. I have mine in the shade Timeless, and even how you open this, it's so beautiful. The packaging is just like this ombre, like pink packaging. Very nice. It's very glittery, but it's glittery, but it's not like that glittery that ends up getting all over you. And the bullet on this lipstick, it is what I'm wearing today, and I love how it looks. I'm very happy with this color. It's a matte, but it's a comfortable matte. It doesn't dry out the lips. I have worn this all day. It's quite long lasting, but of course if you eat or drink, it's gonna start to fade, but it fades very nicely. Alright guys, so that's it as far as today's video. Thank you so much for watching. If you like this video and want me to continue doing more like this, make sure to give me a thumbs up. And yeah, if you have any questions on any of these products, if you recommend something else or just a different way of me using any of this, let me know in the comments down below. Also, before you go, make sure that you hit that subscribe button if you haven't yet so that you do not miss out on any of my future videos. So thank you so much for joining me today. Until next time.